this was kind of not my hot take, but this was my big point coming in. I've talked to you guys about this. I think the Mariners are going to win the AL. I think they're going to have the best record. In terms of playoffs, I don't want to get into that yet, but in terms of regular season record, I think they're going to be the 1 seed coming out of the AL. This team, I don't we've looked at it before, and it's always been the pitching. The starting pitching's phenomenal. When are they going to get the hitting? That's always been the question. In terms of their lineup, I don't think you can find a better 1 through 7 in the American League.
Right now, you could say 1 through 9. They have almost all 9 hitters have a WRC plus above 100, which pretty much means they're above league average hitting wise. The only guy below it is Cole Young, who's at a 96 WRC plus. But also keep in mind, he just hit a 470-foot home run the other day. So he's playing good baseball and he's still super young. But I agree with what you're saying.
Is there a better lineup in the AL?
I think if you're it's weird to say that because I think namesake bias would be Dominic Canzone and J.P. Crawford maybe or Polanco it doesn't always sound like the flashiest. But when you look at the numbers, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a better team. Like I said, Cole Young's the only guy with an OPS below 700 right now in the starting group, and then obviously it's Garver, Solano, Mastroboni, and more on the bench. But even those guys, all 80 WRC plus guys, I'm not going to be too upset with those guys coming off the bench or getting a start every couple of days to give the guys rest. So I think you might be right.
This team is so good. The Astros, I know they had a decent deadline, but to pick up 2 bats like this, when before this year their offense wasn't there, and this year it's been much better, but to still target that offense and make it even a step, their corner infielders, those were their 2 biggest weaknesses, and they addressed both of them with Josh Naylor, who's having a great season, and then Suarez, who might hit 60 home runs this year. This is so tough to argue against this team, and then this rotation could be a lot, they could be better than they are. George Kirby is not going to have a 4.13 at the end of the year, I guarantee it. He's been injured, he's been coming back. He's much better than that.
Let's do it.
Can I ask a question? Far be it from me to argue against your point, because that team is good. So you add Suarez, you add Naylor, but also a lot of those bats, a lot of those guys have been there all year. They're still 3.5 games back of the Astros right now. To close that 3.5 gap, they're going to have to play very, very good, and that's keeping in mind that a lot of these guys have been around and on the team for most of the year. I'm not disagreeing that this is a great offense, but I also think that there's also something here that they're not even into 60 wins yet.
Yeah.
I think that they can have a great last little chunk of the season here and pass the Astros. I think that's totally within reason. And I think if you put these 2 teams together right now, that's a great series, and I think Astros are fighting an uphill battle there, again, with the pitching that the Mariners have. But again, when you talk about Tigers, you talk about Blue Jays, you talk about teams that have been doing this all year. Even with their slumps, they're still 6 wins ahead of the Mariners. So you're looking at teams that have maybe less of a appealing offense numbers wise, and yet have still strung together 65 wins.
I'll say my 2 reasons behind why I think they're going to close this gap and eventually come out on top. So you were saying it's mostly the same guys on offense. It is, but these 2 guys they brought in filled massive holes, and you make that offense even better. So it is the same guys, but when you add 2 guys that have 120 WRC plus and a 138 WRC plus, that's massive. And then I'm also banking on, so this rotation's been good, but I think it can be so much better than it is right now.
So I do want to add this. Julio Rodriguez is a notorious first half 0, second half hero. In his career, in the first half, he has a 737 OPS. Second half, 892 OPS. And even looking at the month-by-month split, in the later summer months, the dog days, August, all-time 903 OPS. September and October, 919 OPS. I don't know what it is, but he just seems to find his groove here late in the season when the Mariners are rallying for usually a playoff spot.
I'm really inclined to turn on a Mariners game if I see that on.
Yeah.
This offense, I want to see them on it.
Which you never would say in the past 5 years.
I'm maybe I'll see Cal Raleigh hit a couple times. Yeah. But now it's okay. If they're going to go on a run
Suarez,
like that,
Naylor,
that's a fun team to click on.
Don't forget about the Rays either. If they weren't 2-8 in their last 10, which I don't want to just ignore, but let's not forget about the stretch they had in end of June, early July. I think they're still a team to watch out for. The Royals, I think, are done. I don't really care that they're one game under 500 now. I've kind of given up on them in terms of what they can do as a team.
Rangers?
Guardian.
I think the Rangers. I think the Rangers and the Rays are the two teams left you can actually bank on.
I was gonna say. I think if you're looking at the AL wildcard versus the NL, there is, I think, a little bit more room here to sneak in than there is in the NL.
But then again, it is tough. Because out of the three teams in the spot right now, who are you going to take out? Obviously, it doesn't sound like any of us want to take out the Mariners. Boston.
I would say Boston.
Oof.
And I know that's tough, and I
Can you imagine a year in which the Yankees don't make the playoffs?
I mean,
it's hard. It's hard to even say because
it's hard. It's hard to say. Correct.
If they don't get right before Judge comes back, they might just dig themselves a deep enough hole where it's too little,
with
too
the
late.
starting pitching injuries.
I mean, look, there's 60. They have 60 wins. Rangers from the fourth spot, they're in the second one. It's only a game and a half, two, from being on that in the playoffs. So, I don't I agree with you guys where it's so hard to want to take the Yankees out, but take away that just kind of
the Yankees mindset.
I think based on the way they've been playing and kind of playing since May, we forget they had a really good start and kind of just been, I don't want to say it's a linear regression, but it kind of seems like it where they just keep losing and losing and losing, and now they lost the division lead, that looks almost out of grabs, and now they're in third in their division, where it was at the start of the year we were saying it's the Yankees to lose and they're going to run away with it. So
very susceptible too, and you're also looking at a team the Marlins are making. I mean, they had a great game on Friday night, but they do not look comfortable at the Marlins at that series right now.
Yeah,
you're looking at a team that is susceptible to
Caballero.
You're looking we're saying okay, let's say the Rangers get hot, or take your pick, Rays get hot. This is a team that right now is looking susceptible to a hot team. The Marlins had been hot, and they went in and they kind of punched them in the mouth this weekend. The Yankees are not. They are a good team, but they are not that good that you get a team that's playing good baseball, and they're not just an auto win.
And if you talk to any Yankees fan right now and who are watching the games, you would think the world is ending with their reactions.
That's so often though.
I
know what you're saying.
Where it's
it's been so.
It's
rough.
not just a slump. It seems like the baseball IQ, the ability to just do the simple things, the small things right, is lacking, and that extends, I think, outside of just a slump. That's a team issue, and obviously now without Judge, I think those things get extrapolated and can kind of snowball into what we're seeing now.
Judge does definitely patch up
some
of those,
and I think so do the acquisitions they got at the deadline, especially to the bullpen. They all had a very rough debut for the team on Friday night, but I think over the 60 games we got left or whatever, that will even itself out, and I think at the end of the day they will get in, but it is definitely a conversation that should be had, I think.
Deadline's over. They're stuck with what they have now. This is a team that if they get in the playoffs, that they would be so easy to go in and just stun.
If they fall into any of these problems that they've been falling into,
I mean, you get Judge back, great, but they would be so, especially let's say they don't have a top seed. What if they have to go somewhere and they're not playing Yankee Stadium? That would be, I think they'd be such an easy team to take out round one this year.
I don't want to harp on the Yankees too much. Where there's a world where it's Fried goes 6-7 innings, and then you face Weaver, Bednar, Duvall, or Bird, Bednar, Duvall, or in some order like that, where it's oh shoot, what are you gonna do?
Weaver is that guy in the playoffs.
Right, yeah.
He was solid last year.
I will say, because I knew Will Warren had a rough start, so his last bad start was 7-2, July 2nd, 4 innings, 10 hits, 8 earned runs, and then ever since then, in 4 of his last 5 starts, he's given up 2 earned runs or less. So he did have a blow up a couple starts ago against the Athletics, but he has been much, much better. But again, how much can you bank on that in the playoffs for Game 3? So,
okay, so let's say to wrap up then, we kind of talked about in the NL where we're all kind of set on those 6 teams, I would think. Is the AL wildcard picture or the playoffs, the 6 teams that are in right now, is it going to change? Do you guys think? Just make a prediction. If you think one of these teams is not going to be in it, say who you think would replace them.
I think the Rangers sneak in for, I'm going to say either the Red Sox or Yankees. Okay. Do you want me to give one?
Just pick one. I'd pick one. If you had to pick one or the other, that would miss out.
I'm going to say the Red Sox.
Okay. So
get
Rangers.
swapped with the Rangers.
Okay,
and I'll say the Astros swap with the Mariners, but the
For
Astros
the-
keep the wild card.
So Mariners would win the West.
Correct.
Okay, Kev.
I think I'd probably agree with Parker. Again, I think it'll be super exciting to see Mariners versus Astros 2-horse race kind of as the season closes, but I don't know. I know I was literally just sitting there dogging on the Yankees, but you look at the pedigree. We watched the end of the Red Sox game. They looked like a great team. I don't know. I think I would stay pat with what's there now.
For the sake of being different, I'm gonna say
No Rays. Don't do it, dude.
Why?
Angels. The Angels sneak in as the 6th seed.
Angels can.
Go ahead. Give your argument.
I'm gonna say the Rays take Boston's spot.
Wow.
Okay.
I think Boston's gonna.
That's a 6-game
I
difference.
think they're gonna feel not adding enough at the deadline, and I think Jax to Fairbanks in that bullpen, it's already really good, and I have faith in the rotation of the offense. So
okay.
I think
McClanahan, eventually.
I think they've caught their cold spell, and look at the run differential too. I think they're gonna be a team you don't want to play these last 2 months. So I'm gonna say Rays take Boston's spot. Hey, it's Travis from the Loose and Groovy Baseball Show. Just wanted to say thank you for watching today's video. This video is actually cut from a full-length episode, which is going to be available on Spotify. I will leave the link for that down below in the description if you were interested in listening to the full episode. Once again, available on Spotify. Thank you and have a great day.